Hello, everyone. I'm Caroline, and I write for a reputable lifestyle magazine. I'm 30 years old. Reports state that my 37-year-old husband Nathan will succeed his father as CEO of his sizable business. Nathan and I met on a street corner in Seattle 5 years ago. Previously, I was struggling to start my profession as a new writer. One afternoon, I was rushing to work. I ran across Nathan, who was scattered everywhere, while I was frantically attempting to get my papers back. Nathan smiled kindly at me and helped me set everything up. As soon as our eyes met, a deep connection was formed. Nathan asked me to dinner that night, and we grew closer over time. His civility and gentlemanly manner captivated me. Since being married a year ago, we have been leading a wonderful life together. One day we were at home sitting on the couch. I carefully picked up an envelope from my OB-GYN, my hands quivering slightly. "Let's look together," I said, and Nathan nodded while holding my hand tightly. After taking a deep breath, we opened it to see an ultrasound image and test results. "It's a woman." I gave a joyful cry. Nathan hugged me tightly and grinned widely. "Thank you. Caroline, our little girl. I can't wait to see you in person. Your dad loves you already." The room was a flurry of excitement as we clung to one another. He was pleased, but we must tell our parents. I smiled, but Nathan's expression clouded a little. "Do you think my mother will be pleased?" Nathan's mother. Above all, Evelyn is a conservative man with conservative values. Everything will be okay. I have no doubt that she will love our daughter. Optimistic, I responded. That weekend, Nathan and I headed to Evelyn's residence. Drinking tea in the living room. "Mother, I told you the good news. We had a baby." "It's a woman." When I presented it, Evelyn's expression immediately clouded over a female. "The company's successor must be a boy," she stated. Nathan raised his voice. "Mom, keep quiet." The times have evolved. Evelyn became angry. Failure to succeed renders a girl useless. Then she tried to strike my stomach. Startled. Instinctively, I covered my stomach with my hands. Mother Nathan shouted as she guarded me. Evelyn's face was carved with rage as she glared. "The heir of the corporation must be a boy. I will not accept a girl." I started crying. I gripped Nathan's arm as he scowled at his mother. "That's enough, Mother." And he said, "We're going." We left Evelyn's house without a word. As soon as we got inside the car, I burst into tears. Nathan caressed me. "It's okay. We'll protect our daughter. Don't let my mother's remarks influence you." Out of Evelyn's once. Nathan and I had an intimate conversation. She just needs more time. When she sees the face of our newborn daughter, I am confident that she will open her heart. He assured me. I decided to believe him, and we gradually adjusted to our new ways of living as the pregnancy progressed. I continued working while prioritizing the baby's health and taking on reasonable duties. Nathan started helping out more around the house, coming home early so he could rest, cleaning up before he left for work, and making breakfast so I could relax. "Your health is the most important thing, Caroline," he would remark as he carefully cared for me with unwavering support. Around the 5th month of my pregnancy, I began to visibly show off my tummy. Today, we are able to hear the baby's heartbeat. When we first heard our child's strong heartbeat on the way to the hospital, we were speechless with emotion, Nathan said of his beloved daughter. "Mommy and Daddy are here." Nathan talked to my stomach while he joyfully squeezed my hand. There were times when he was nearly too supportive. One weekend, feeling my body sluggish from all the sitting, he spent the entire day cleaning and shopping because he was anxious about my growing belly. "Nathan," I said, "thank you. But how about we go for a quick walk together?" Moderate exercise is essential. He reluctantly agreed, and we relished the peaceful moment spent strolling through a nearby park. Our bond deepened as we prepared to have the child. Unfortunately, Evelyn's mood did not improve. She came to our house late at night to harass us and kept calling Nathan's office. In front of my coworkers, Evelyn once made a huge issue out of showing up at work. It is impossible for this lady to bear us a successor. She is a useless fool. Feeling indignant and humiliated, I turned red as I escorted her out of the building. Stop it, Mother. I am proud to be the parent of a girl. With tears in my eyes, I pleaded, but Evelyn regarded me coldly. You don't need a girl. If you can't have a successor, you should leave this family. She claimed that Evelyn had once barged into a meeting at my place of employment. Caroline, you're still working here, she exclaimed, trying to face her anxiety with composure. I replied, Mom, I plan to balance working and being a parent. I haven't started my maternity leave yet, but I will when the time comes, so don't worry. Evelyn didn't want to listen. Everything that made you valuable was gone. I tried not to cry, but tears were flowing down my cheeks as she yelled, her voice increasing, Stop your job the moment you conceive a girl. At that point, my supervisor took over. Mom, this is a workplace. Please leave at once, he said as he led Evelyn from the room. Nathan was unhappy with his mother's behavior, so of course I told him what had happened. He called Evelyn right away in a last-ditch effort to protect me. Mom, enough. During this crucial time, my dear wife Caroline is caring for our child. Is it difficult to love your grandchild because of her gender? But Evelyn refused to listen, and her erratic behavior only grew worse. One day I came home to find the house broken into, the lovely china smashed, the furniture scratched, and a message on the living room table. Get us a boy. Evelyn managed to get my friend's contact information and was using it to harass them with a barrage of messages. Despite her haughty demeanor, Caroline is unable to even conceive a son. You should stop communicating with her. She was really insistent when she called my best buddy Lily. Your friend is Caroline. Are you unable to convince her to leave her job? There is no future for a woman who gives birth to a girl. All she needs is a son. Lily assured me that I had done nothing wrong and told me about Evelyn's comments. Caroline, we're all behind you. After finding out about Evelyn's actions, Nathan made another effort to reason with her. Mom, how can you manage to be so cruel? The work you're doing hurts a lot. Not only Caroline, but the baby too. But Evelyn was unyielding as soon as I learned. It was a woman. Nathan was upset, yet he responded coldly. That child became useless to me. Evelyn was becoming more and more egregious every day. We even considered contacting the police, but since she was family, we preferred to resolve the matter gently. However, my already precarious health suffered as a result of the stress Evelyn's activities generated. Incapable of managing it, every now and then I broke down in tears and asked myself, how did it get to be this way? Our daughter was born to be loved during those years. Nathan was always there to comfort me. Caroline, you haven't done anything wrong. The problem is, Mom, we ought to cherish our daughter. There will come a time when Mom will understand, he reassured. Evelyn then visited our home one day with a shocking notion. Caroline, you should try for a son instead of carrying on with your current pregnancy. I will accept you if you are able to have a male. I was stunned, trembling with rage and an unfathomable sense of hopelessness. Nathan told his mother, Enough, Mom. We're getting this girl whether you like her or not, and I know I can't change your mind about that. Evelyn silently left our house, clearly irritated by Nathan's stern demeanor. As my due date approached, the argument with Evelyn remained unsolved, but Nathan and I were still joyfully preparing to welcome our daughter. I have 3 days until my due date. My contractions began. Nathan took deep breaths, hurriedly contacted the hospital, and helped me get into the car. Caroline will be at the hospital shortly, he stated reassuringly as he drove. As soon as I got there, I was admitted, and Nathan took my hand tightly. You're strong, he said. I'm here for you. The baby girl I gave birth to is doing well. It was a difficult labor. The moment the doctor placed her in my arms, my tears were uncontrollable. My daughter, greetings and welcome to the world. Nathan couldn't talk because of his feelings. Thank you. Caroline, you are the best wife and mother. Our daughter, Amelia, whom we named, is our treasure and the center of our family. However, Evelyn didn't seem to be enjoying Amelia's birth. She didn't show up to the hospital, despite our attempts to reach her. A few days after Amelia came home, Evelyn came to our house. "May I see my grandchild?" she said coldly as Nathan grudgingly opened the door for his mother. Evelyn entered the living room where I was seated with Amelia. I gave the mother a warm grin as I introduced her to your grandchild, Amelia. It was a woman, for Evelyn's face remained icy. There was, after all, no air. The frown on Nathan's face hardened enough. "Mom." Amelia, our adorable daughter, gives us a sarcastic smile. "That's all well and good, but this kid is useless to the company," Evelyn shot back. As I trembled with anger, Nathan placed a comforting hand on my shoulder. Evelyn continued, "This child and I don't seem to have anything in common. I pray I don't see her ever again." Nathan took a big breath and looked at his mother. "Mom, are you sure about it?" Because the child's true identity was revealed when Evelyn waved her hand dismissively. "True identity? What are you talking about? A woman has no value." Nathan gave a determined gaze in response. "Mom, are you unaware of your grandfather's will?" Evelyn's forehead creased in sudden alertness. "What do you say?" Nathan gave a kind explanation. Grandfather left his possessions to a lady, disregarding outdated notions. Amelia is the legitimate successor to the company. Evelyn listened in disbelief. "That is absurd. Father left a will like this. The times have changed." "Mom." The grandfather had a strong belief in gender equality. Evelyn's attitude suddenly altered as Nathan continued. "Oh, I see. You're right. We live in a time of gender equality after all. Thus, Amelia will be the heir." She tried to grin. "Then I'll have to fall in love with her." Nathan and I exchanged glances, our gazes a mix of surprise and anger. He raised his voice. "Now you're conveniently changing your mind after abandoning your grandchild, Mom." Evelyn made excuses out of nervousness, but that wasn't the point. "I've since had second thoughts. I shall love you, Amelia." I gave a cold smile and responded firmly. "Mother, you said that you didn't want to talk to this youngster. If you like, you won't have any involvement with the assets Amelia inherits." Evelyn grew pale and was unable to speak. Nathan added forcefully, "You turned Amelia away, Mom, and you did so much harm to Caroline. Someone who has treated us this way shouldn't have control over our daughter's destiny." I looked at her mother, her cold love, and Evelyn added, in a last-ditch effort to defend herself, "I really do love Amelia. What you have done cannot be referred to as love. Hurting our daughter and then changing your mind out of selfishness is dishonorable." With a strong tone, said Nathan, "Mom, Amelia owns her belongings. I'm sorry, but you won't be allowed to take part. This is how we react to the awful way you have treated us." Evelyn fell back into the couch, speechless and obviously defeated. "I get it." "I'll leave," she said, as she stood unsteadily and walked out of our house. Nathan whispered, "Caroline, you did the right thing," while he hugged me. Mom has to take responsibility for her errors. 5 years later, Amelia was a lively 5-year-old girl with bouncing blonde curls and beautiful blue eyes. She became the focus of our adoration because she made us laugh and smile. Amelia loved to read picture books and play in the park. Her curiosity was unquenchable. On one occasion, her kindergarten held a sports day practice. Amelia was chosen to participate in a race after a rigorous training regimen, but other children struggled to keep awake. Noticing this, Amelia leaped to her feet and exhorted her teammates to cooperate in order to accomplish our objectives. "Don't desert any of your friends. Let's cross the finish line together." Her teachers witnessed her leadership, and her encouraging remarks inspired the other kids. "That's our Amelia watching out for everyone," said one with joy. It brought Nathan and me immense joy to watch her grow into a confident and compassionate child. Seeing our daughter develop into such a joyful, kind person was immensely reassuring, despite the fact that we couldn't forget what Evelyn had done in the past. 15 more years later, Amelia had grown into a beautiful and observant young woman. 20. I had been promoted to editor-in-chief of the magazine, and Nathan had become the new CEO of the family business. Amelia started working in Nathan's company's corporate strategy division after graduating from college, where she quickly demonstrated her skills and dedication. One day, Nathan discussed the future of the business with her. "This business will be carried on by you, Amelia. It won't be long before you're leading." Listening thoughtfully, Amelia gave a forceful response. "Dad, I'll make this company a global enterprise where everyone can thrive and equality is upheld. That's my dream." Nathan's eyes grew proud as he placed a firm hand on her shoulder. "Whatever I can do to help you achieve your dream, I will." Because of Evelyn's convictions, we faced severe persecution and hardships, but we overcame them and became a closer family. As we celebrated our anniversary, Amelia made a surprise dinner to express her gratitude. "Mom, Dad, today is special for you too, so I'll be your host," she exclaimed with delight. The dining table was covered with a current photo of the three of us, a painting Amelia had done when she was a toddler, our wedding picture, and mementos of our time together. "I'm grateful to have been born into this family, my parents. I appreciate your love for me. I can work toward my objectives." When Amelia stated that, we burst into tears. "We're thrilled with you." "Amelia." I held her hand and murmured. Nathan repeated, "Your grin gives us strength." As we clanked glasses, the three of us relished our happiness. The bond we forged through hardship appeared strong enough to withstand any hardship. A few years later, I received some unexpected news from my buddy Lily Caroline. I ran into Evelyn around town the other day. She looked different. She was wearing awful clothes, and to be honest, she looked messy and destitute, so I furrowed my brow. As if embarrassed to see me, she ran away. Hearing this, a mix of amazement and despair washed over me. Over the years, Evelyn had distanced herself from everyone and rejected any help or connection. Nathan was equally taken aback. "I can't believe Mom is going through this." "She used to be so proud," he remarked. Conflicted. Even though we were saddened by Evelyn's predicament, the wounds she caused to our family made neither of us feel ready to rebuild fences with her. Instead, we decided to focus on the life we had built, utilizing our family relationship as our compass and remaining strong for Amelia's future. "Mom and Dad, what were you talking about?" Amelia asked, joining us in the room one evening. I smiled softly at her. "We just conveyed our appreciation for having you in our lives." "Let's have dinner together this evening," she added with a smile. "Amelia, and how we want to keep making happy memories with you." "It sounds perfect, the Italian eatery that serves my favorite pasta." Nathan agreed, and so we set out together, looking forward to the bright future that lay ahead.